So the drama clearly doesn't stop because an ex-employee of Yeezy has come out to not only expose Kanye West but also Bianca and also Kim Kardashian as well. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali, daily and consistent content. Let's get straight into this video. So he's put out a section of his writing on his own Substack called louispisano.substack.com, where he basically discusses Yeezy Confidential, and he even named it The Audacity Part 1. So this guy's about to come out with multiple parts of everything in regards to exposing Kanye West, and he opens it by saying it was like a cult. I didn't sign Kanye West's NDA the first day I arrived at Yeezy. I told them I would do it after I went to the toilet. I didn't even do it then. So he basically lied about signing an NDA, and that's why he's out here in an exclusive interview. He basically pulls back the curtains on the chaos, manipulation, harassment behind the rapper's now infamous brand, offers a glimpse into the dysfunction and dark undercurrents of life at Yeezy. Of course, he was reassured by Kanye West that, Yeezy was a big family. I'm going to basically read the keynotes of this because it is a very long, story that he's written. I'm actually going to put this link in the bios if you guys want to read it in your own time. But he basically says that Kanye's initial disinterest was evident, but as Pierre explained his inspirations and presented his work, Kanye's demeanor massively shifted as well. Nothing actually ever got made. People would start working on a collection, then after a few months they'd get dropped and new people would come in. This sense of constant flux led Pierre to describe the culture at Yeezy as a loop, lack of loyalty, new projects, never-ending cycles. Nothing ever got finished, and Kanye would constantly fire people only to hire them back later. It was always changing, a huge culture of instability. He also then goes on to say that despite the fact that Kim was sweet, Kanye West would continuously hide his work from Kim because he basically felt like Kim Kardashian would steal from his ideas. He didn't want her to see what we were working on. It wasn't always about stealing. He doesn't want to hear other people's input, like specific people in his head that he doesn't simply want input from. So he sabotaged my Skims project. In February 2021, Skims creative director contacted me with an offer to design a capsule for Kim. Feeling a bit uneasy about immediately accepted, he emailed Kanye's manager, and then of course they basically sabotaged everything by basically not allowing this to happen. The next day, Kim Schraub rescinded the job offer, and later the day news broke that Kim had filed for divorce from Kanye. Housing for Yeezy employees was also another issue. You have to pay for your own place, find your own Airbnbs, accommodation, etc. You do it yourself. When I started, because I had no idea how much you could ask, I asked for like $500 a day, but then I realized everyone was making double around me. It was like a cult. Everybody started typing like Kanye. It sounds funny, but it clearly is not. It actually was very scary, and he loved kicking people out of the group chat as well. Things grew even darker when Bianca, a newly hired architect at Yeezy, which is now Kanye's wife, and of course they're going through divorce issues, began sending disturbing, inappropriate, racist messages. She sent messages like an image of Edward Scissorhands and renamed it Edward N-word hands, and graphic porn as well. Pierre recalls in shock, it was just bizarre, but at the time I didn't know what to make of it. Things continued to grow even more sinister in November when Pierre joined Kanye for a trip to SpaceX and a meeting with Elon Musk as well. We were on the way to SpaceX and Kanye was being nice to me, but then he started rapping about the people who died at the Travis Scott Astroworld concert in the car. He actually was looking at Pierre, expecting Pierre to laugh because Kanye was apparently mocking these people who died. Now, I probably wouldn't have believed that prior, but for the fact that he came forward to say free Diddy and mocking Cassie, absolutely awful to see, I'm not surprised by this information. I'm not surprised by the fact that he would be mocking the deaths at these concerts. For some reason, when people die at concerts, the artists are above it all. Laugh about it. Care about the money, care about the profits, and nobody on their team died. They made coin, their brands aren't leaving them. Like, it's so sinister. People actually don't care. And I also feel like people's empathy to those who die in concerts are, what if it was your brother or your sister? And whilst that makes somebody more relate to something, why is that our only vessel of empathy for people who've gone through tragedies or concerts like this, where we say to people, what if it was your XYZ? Why can't you just be sad for the fact that people just passed away, or etc.? Kanye mocking them, I wouldn't be surprised. This person has also dropped receipts from Bianca exposing her, basically all the graphic stuff that he'll be sending, and also for the fact that there would be random images of basically racial slurs as well. He then was having rants about Pete Davidson, and that he has AIDS, and that Pete Davidson hates black people, and that Pete Davidson destroys families, and that he had to fight because he didn't want to do it. And again, he's dropping all of these messages again. A few weeks later, just before Thanksgiving, everything came crashing down. Bianca, along with the entire architect team, was suddenly fired. And according to Yeezy staff, Kim had allegedly discovered Kanye's affair with Bianca whilst they were married, leading to the termination of the entire team. That night, as the fallout from Bianca and the architect's team sudden firing spread through Yeezy, the design team exchanged frantic texts wondering who would be next. At the same time, Pierre alleges one of the Yeezy staff is close to Bianca, who did not return a request for comment, attended a house party in the hills where she allegedly witnessed Bianca chillingly telling guests that I'm going to cancel Kanye West. To be continued. What kind of Substack is this? The way this man has dropped so much madness, and then he has the audacity to say to be continued. So he is saying that Bianca actually is trying to cancel Kanye West. There were jokes about having some FBI informant. I wouldn't even be surprised. Kanye West basically preventing Kim from stealing stuff from his ideas and was scared of doing so. For the fact that Bianca was the other mistress whilst Kanye and Kim were together, and Kim found out, and that Kanye again is a bad manager. I wouldn't be surprised. It runs with all of them at this point. Diddy was also accused of the same stuff, that they were both bad managers, and also that Bianca is somebody who is not only racist but somebody who is sending graphic stuff and also trying to cancel Kanye as well. So a lot of heavy hitting allegations, not just against Kanye, but against Kim, against the work cult, against Bianca, and against them all. It just sounds to be absolutely crazy what this man has listed, and articles are picking it up. So make of this what you will, because truly and really and truly, I'm surprised about Bianca. I just feel like something about her just seems weird. Something about her just seems odd. It just seems odd. TMZ are reporting, guys, that Wendy Williams moved to a memory unit after a boozy lunch at the facility. She ended up being locked in the memory unit of the assisted living facility she's calling home, but apparently not because of her dementia. It's because she got drunk in the building's restaurant. An employee at the facility who had had numerous interactions with Wendy was initially placed on the 3rd floor of the building, which does not have restrictions on a resident's comings and going. Wendy went to the restaurant bar for lunch, ended up getting served alcohol, and basically had a whale of a time. So this is obviously an update for her. And recently she was allowed to visit her father for her birthday, and I'm glad. Recently, since Wendy's been speaking out, I feel like articles and reports have made it seem like she's going through a lot when really she's not as bad in terms of her position. Apparently also it was her son who was spending a large amount of money, which is why Wells Fargo was like, what is going on? And that expedited her conservatorship. I'm glad that she's back on track with her son, because that's her son, but her son basically stealing money from her is shameful. It's honestly shameful. Why can't you just ask? I don't understand. That is what expedited her going into a conservatorship and basically being locked up in these units. Her son stealing her money. Sometimes it be your own family, guys. It really be your own family. It really be your own family. Now, I spoke about this in the live last night, and for some reason, some of you guys get really annoyed when I do lives, that it starts slow. I mean, it's a live. A live is something where you have to wait for people to come into the live. Gives you 3 to 4 minutes before you start talking. That's how lives work. I know you guys are used to these videos where I get into everything very quickly, but lives are also important and things that I enjoy doing. So sometimes they take a bit of a while to get in because you're waiting for people to come in, waiting for your connection to be strong. It's very different than doing this. So please, guys, I feel like people just love to complain about very small things, and I just find it to be unnecessary. But on the live, we just spoke about the fact that Justin Bieber unfollowed Diddy, he unfollowed Drake and The Weeknd and Benny Blanco, Selena's man. So my thing is this: I'm glad you unfollowed Diddy. Why it took so long, I don't understand. What is going on with The Weeknd and the Drake? Why are you culling all of these people? Is it a refreshing new take before you jump on your new journey of music? Is it because you're about to be subpoenaed in some kind of Diddy trial? I don't understand. I know Diddy will be pissed by this, because he knows and reacts to everything, and I wouldn't be surprised if he sent his goons or his elder children on Bieber in some kind of way. But I'm glad that Bieber has unfollowed Diddy and basically severed that connection. Let me know your thoughts are. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts are, please, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video.